Prime Minister Narendra Modi says infrastructure upgrade and structural reforms will usher in autonomy in institutions of higher learning. Northeast continues to battle the coronavirus pandemic. Assam Home Secretary Gyanendra Pandey calls for peace and harmony along the Assam-Mizoram boundary. The Congress has been using minorities in state for power and vested interests, says Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal. And Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju says government taking two-pronged approach for creating sporting excellence. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Sukanya Bharadwaj with the news in details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that infrastructure enhancement and structural reforms introduced by the government in the last 6 years has ushered in transparency and autonomy in the institutions of higher learning in the country. Virtually addressing the centenary convocation of University of Mysore today, the Prime Minister said qualitative and quantitative reforms carried out by the government will transform India into a global hub in the higher education sector. The Prime Minister is also set to deliver another virtual keynote address at the inaugural function of Grand Challenges Annual Meeting GCAM 2020 today. GCAM has fostered international innovation collaborations to address challenges in health and development for the last 15 years. Co-chair of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bill Gates will present the plenary framing conversation. Grand Challenges India was set up as a partnership between the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in 2012, and Wellcome also joined the partnership. Chief Minister of Assam Sarbananda Sonowal today launched the online portal of Mukhyamantri Sahaj Griha Nirman Asani, which is a building permission system along with online system of land sale permission during a program held at Administrative Staff College. The first recipient of NOC for building permission is Gautam Burman of Beltola, while first recipient of NOC for land sale permission in Hualkusi is Atu Barumatari. State Minister Siddhartha Bhattacharya and Ashok Singhal, Chairman GMDA, were present on the occasion. Under Mukhyamantri Sahaj Griha Nirman Asani, the Chief Minister directed officials to consider a standard model for construction. Officials were also asked to stress on Minister Siddhartha Bhattacharya in a review meeting over implementation of various projects under GMDA and GDD at Janata Bhavan, Guwahati. Sonowal said that owners of even 4 let-up plots would get house building permission under the Mukhyamantri Sahaj Griha Nirman Asani. In the northeast, the number of active cases in Tripura have been reported to be 29,553, even as recoveries reached a total of 26,553. The dead have been pegged at 331. In Arunachal Pradesh, the active cases account for 13,406, even as the discharge number is 10,552. The total figure for the dead is 30. Active cases in Manipur have topped 15,463, while the recovered cases number 11,741. The dead number 116. In Meghalaya, the active cases have touched 8,508, even as the number for the recovered is 6,282. The tally for the dead is 75. As for Nagaland, the active cases number 7,817, while the recovered number 6,206 and the dead 27. In Sikkim, the active cases are 3,597, even the discharge account for 3,265. Mizoram still is free from COVID fatalities, with active cases topping 2,253, while the recoveries total 2,148. Schools in Sikkim have begun graded or reopening from today after closing down in March 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In Assam, the COVID-19 active cases stand at 28,158, even as the number discharged account for 1,71,680. While the figure for the dead in the state stands at 863, cases detected out of 13,547 tests carried out in the latest instance reported a positivity rate of 2.35%, a tweet by the State Health Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma said. Crossing another milestone in the battle against COVID-19, the national cumulative positivity rate has fallen under 8%. This trend has sustained without a break continuously for 4 days. Pegged at 7.94%, the positivity rate is on the decline steadily. Active cases now account for 75,50,273, discharge number 66,63,608, even as the dead account for 1,14,642. Spread out across the world, the coronavirus pandemic has affected 4,32,03,221 people, even as the dead numbered 1,11,08,826. Recoveries account for 3,13,04,796. We now take a short commercial break. Stay with us.
ये विशाल है ना, इसका सब प्रॉपर चलता है।
कल उसके बैंक अकाउंट में 15,000 रुपए का फ्रॉड हुआ है, पता है?
इसको तो कोई टेंशन ही नहीं होती है, देखना।
टेंशन क्यों? मेरी कोई गलती नहीं थी। फिर भी फ्रॉड होने पर मैंने तुरंत बैंक को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया। आरबीआई कहता है अगर आपके अकाउंट से किसी ने धोखे से पैसे निकाले हैं तो बैंक को जल्द से जल्द इन्फॉर्म कीजिए। 3 दिन के अंदर इन्फॉर्म किया तो कोई नुकसान नहीं होगा। जितना लेट करोगे उतना ज्यादा नुकसान। और सुन, सब चलता नहीं है, प्रॉपर चलाना पड़ता है। आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. In the aftermath of the tension brewing along the Assam-Mizoram boundary in Kachar district of Assam, the State Home Secretary Gyanendra Pandey rushed to Lailapur and called upon the people to maintain peace and harmony. Affirming that the Assam government has taken the issue of miscreants torching houses in Sailabari seriously, the Home Secretary assured the locals that the boundary dispute would be resolved soon. While DC Kachar Kirti Jolik and other senior officials were present on the occasion, the SP of Kolasib district of Mizoram, Van Lanfaka Ralte, joined the discourse on behalf of the administration. Ralte orally assured that no construction would be allowed at the disputed site. Ensuring that no party would be allowed to set up any camp at the site, Home Secretary Gyanendra spoke to the media. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal has said the Congress has been using the minorities in the state for power and vested interest. Addressing the first state executive meeting of the state BJP Minority Morcha at Samaguri of Nagaon today, Sonowal said the party has done nothing for development of the minorities. Referring to the nexus between the Congress and the AIUDF, their agenda of creating unrest in the state, the Chief Minister said the probe into the minority scholarship scam will be entrusted to the CID. Presided over by the BJP Minority Morcha President Mukhtar Hussain, the gathering was also addressed by the state BJP President Ranjit Das, who said the Saffron Party would bag 96 seats at the hustings in 2021. Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat celebrates unity in diversity via cultural and emotional connect among the people. Experts emphasized in a webinar organized by Press Information Bureau Guwahati on the topic in Guwahati today. A galaxy of experts from industry and socio-economic cultural fraternity, government sector along with academicians deliberated and discussed about the topic from varied perspective. Professor K.J. Suresh, Vice Chancellor Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, said that Northeast, including Assam, has various cultural and traditional festivals which integrates the India's strength in culture with the rest of the country. He said that Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat celebrates unity in diversity among the people. Talking about Assam and Rajasthan, the two states which are grouped together in Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Professor Suresh said that the structured engagement with one another in an arena of literature, cuisine, festivals, cultural events, tourism and hospitality provides vista of opportunities to learn about the country. Ms. Alakananda Roy, dance educationist and Danusi Kolkata, said the youth play a pivotal role in the endeavour. The Coordination Committee of Electricity Employees, Engineering and Pensioners Assam CCOEEE today staged an hour-long protest demonstration against the privatization of the power sector. Even as the main protest was held on the premises of Bidyut Bhavan in Guwahati, demonstrations were also organized in all establishments of APDCL, APGCL and AEGCL against the standard bidding documents for privatization of APDCL. Top leaders of all unions and associations of employees and engineers like Deepak Kumar Saha, Pitambar Talukdar and P. Das were active in the demonstration. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju has said the government is taking the two-pronged approach of developing grassroots level infrastructure and creating facilities for sporting excellence. Speaking on the upgrade of states and union territories to KISCE, Rijiju said the KISCEs will be world-class facilities with the best sporting talent from all over the country will be trained to further India's Olympic dreams. 9 states and union territories have been selected for upgrade to Khelo India State Centre of Excellence KISCE. The state and the union territories include Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Chandigarh, Goa, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Puducherry, Tripura and Jammu and Kashmir. The Sports Ministry said the centres have been selected based on their past performances, quality of infrastructure, management and sports culture in the state. Early on this year, the ministry had identified a total of 14 centres to be upgraded to Khelo India State Centre of Excellence. The overall number now stands at 24 KISCEs from 23 states and union territories. To end the news, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says infrastructure upgrade and structural reforms will usher in autonomy in institutions of higher learning. Northeast continues to battle the coronavirus pandemic. Assam Home Secretary Gyanendra Pandey calls for peace and harmony along the Assam-Mizoram boundary. The Congress has been using minorities in state for power and vested interests, says Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal. And Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju says government taking two-pronged approach for creating sports excellence. Before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain social distancing, frequently use soap and sanitizer, and properly use the mask for your own security. Mask Up India. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.